Okay, hello and welcome back to the channel. So it's been a long time. If you're watching this on CCG channel, the Character Cards Gaming channel, we stopped posting and we have there was kind of like some issues and just timetabling and scheduling issues, but that's obviously still a problem. And obviously you could be watching this on Bunch of Rankers, which is a second channel. So in CCG. Or Character Cards Gaming, you got me, Jordan, Charlie, Andy, and Kyle. Me and Jordan decided to, when Character Cards Gaming go a bit weird, we decided to make this channel. And so yeah, this is going to be on two channels, so you might be watching this on either one of them. If you want, it'd be very appreciated if you go down to the description, and there'll be a link to either the opposite channel that you're watching on. You know what I mean? And I thought I'll do this today. It's a bit late. It's now 2 o'clock in the morning on 13th of June, and these spoilers came out 2 days ago. We was gonna do it on the 12th of June when we was at our local game store playing some games, but we never got around to it. So I'm doing it now by myself, and I'm also playing some Magic Arena as well. So if I get a little bit distracted, then I apologise, but I'm trying not to. So we're gonna start off with we've got 3 challenges. That's the only sort of cards we've seen. So I'm gonna start off with the uncommon Chandra, which is Chandra Novice Pyromancer. She costs 1 red and 3 colourless mana, which is total 4 mana. She is a legendary planeswalker, comes on with 5 loyalty, and her abilities are +1 elemental you control get +2/+0 to end of turn. -1 add 2 mana to add 2 mana. -2 Chandra Novice Pyromancer deals 2 damage to any target. So, I don't think this is an amazing card, but I don't think it's a bad card. Because obviously it's 4 mana for 5 mana, 4 mana for 5 loyalty, which isn't too, it's not too bad, but the issue is with her is her ability, right? So, she has elementals you control get +2/+0 to end of turn. If there's elementals in this new set, it could be very good. Even if it isn't, like, there's quite a few elementals going around at the moment anyway. Probably not enough to make a proper deck out of. So it's not too bad, but it's also not too great. In the future, it could turn out to be a lot better, quite possibly. Again, depends what cards get released with the set or get spoiled, so we'll find out in the future. -1 is add 2 mana. That's not too bad for decks like I'm playing right now on Arena. Having an extra 2 mana is quite nice.
So I only put a little bit on my fork and I blow till it's cool, just cool, then into the mouth. Nice.
Because obviously, for example, I could play this Wizard Lightning right now if I had Novice Pyromancer out. But I don't think there's anything in this sort of red deck I would replace for her. And Chandra, -2 her to do 2 damage to any target. I don't think it's that great. It's not amazing. It's basically a shock. Right? For 2 loyalty counters, for a shock, like, you gotta wait until at least turn 4 to do it, so there could be some good times where you see a turn 4 and she could come out and do 2 damage and kill something, but 4 damage again, 4 damage to do 2 damage to any target is a bit, again, it's a bit not great, but I think, again, depending on what cards come out in the set, her +1 ability could be really good. The next card we have, which I really like, I like this card quite a lot. Quickly, let's just target that. Okay, so I thought I'd try this out, playing a game and playing a game for some like background videos for people to watch and see this as well. But Chandra, Acolyte of Flame, I really like this card. She's 3 mana, she's 2 red, 1 non-colourless, legendary planeswalker, rare, comes on with 4 loyalty counters. So her +0 ability, as you can see on the screen, is put a loyalty counter on each red planeswalker you control. So that already is a pretty decent ability, say the least. Like, if you run, as we've got the Sarkhan's Dragon deck, which I think I've seen being around a little bit. That's pretty good, I guess. Like, because in that deck you'd be running Chandra, Fire Artisan, you'd be running Sarkin, you'd be running this, you'd probably be running what's his name, Tybalt. So it could be pretty decent, and it is 0 mana, 0 loyalty, so that's, again, it's not too bad. Her second ability, which is another 0 cost, is create 2 1/1 red elemental creature tokens. They gain haste, sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. So this could also work very well with Chandra Novice Pyromancer, which I'll put back on the screen now to show. So if you was to +0 Chandra, Acolyte of Flame, create 2 1/1 red elementals, and then with the Chandra Novice Pyromancer, +1, all your elementals get +2/+0. So for basically, if you get this out when you already have Novice Pyromancer out, you can play it, get 2 elementals effectively for nothing, for 3 mana. Then you can +1 it to get a free to get 2 free ones, and all your other creatures that you have, or all the other elementals you have, would still be buffed as well. So I think those 2 cards could work well together if in the right deck. If not, I still think Chandra Acolyte of Flame could be a very good potential of a card, and the reason why I think that is the next ability. -2, you may cast target instant or sorcery card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard. If that card will be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. So, let's say we're playing the mono red deck, which we are right now, and I was to play a Light Up the Stage. As in mono red, Light Up the Stage is a crucial card, and it's just a good card in general to be able to exile the top 2, cast those 2 cards. It's really good. So, imagine turn 3, play Chandra, and you use a Light Up Stage last turn on like turn 2. So you put a let's say for example, put a Fanatical Firebrand down, go swing one in the face. Turn 2, you swing one in the face again. You do a Light Up Stage. Turn 3, you can play a Chandra, -2 her, and cast a Light Up the Stage from that. Or even in the future, you can just you can play like pretty much any instant or sorcery spell in this deck with Chandra, right? There's if you're playing, I don't think there's any actual cards that are used outside of top tier decks that are above 4 mana. So you can cast a Lightning Strike, cast a Shock, you can cast a Risk Factor if you have it, you can cast Light Up the Stage, you can cast Skewer of Critics, you can cast literally any instant or sorcery spell that you play in this deck, and it's such a good card in my opinion. I think it's great. Okay, I am back. So I did some video and I said some stuff about the card, and there's some other stuff I wanted to say. I said it once, and I feel like it went on for too long and I didn't say it right, so I read it. So if you're playing Lava Coil, so if you sideboard and you sideboard in Lava Coil for let's say for Kindling Phoenix, use Lava Coil with Kindling Phoenix and something else comes out, which is a massive pain in your ass. Bam! Chandra, -2, Lava Coil, that creature. Fantastic, good done. But there's also a Naya aggro deck in standard at the moment, which is pretty good. It's a turn 3 win. So basically, the whole idea of that is turn 1, you want to, if you can, you want to shock them. Can't shock them, then you want to play a 1-drop creature, and if it has haste, which I think you play Firebrand in the deck, you swing with that, or if not, just go to turn 2 and you hit the creature. But in turn 1, if they play a tap land, and they do 2 damage, or shock land, then that's good, you win. So turn 2, you play Dreadhorde Arcanist, which is on the screen right now, but it's 2 mana, it's a 1/3. Whenever the Dreadhorde Arcanist attacks, you may cast target instant or sorcery spell with converted mana cost less than or equal to Dreadhorde Arcanist power from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. That card will be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. So, at the moment there'll be that card on the screen. There's another card which is there's 3 crucial cards, or 4 if you want to include the shock, to winning turn 3. Play Dreadhorde Arcanist, Then, before combat, play a card called Collision Colossus, which is a dual card, and we don't care about one side, we care about the other side, which is Colossus. It's 1 red and 1 green. Target creature gains, target creature gets +4/+2 and trample turn. So our Dreadhorde Arcanist now becomes 5/5. Is, if my math's correct, yeah, a 5/5. Then go to combat, and since we go to combat, we can cast a target instant or source from our graveyard with converted mana cost less than or equal to Dreadhorde Arcanist power. Our power is 5, so you can recast Colossus onto it, making it a 9/7. But we don't care about toughness, it's power we want. So if you do damage on turn 1, use Shock. Go to combat, do 9 damage with Dreadhorde Arcanist, which is a total of 11 damage. It has Trample, so if they don't block it, then you've done 11 damage. If they do block it, then ruins your turn 3 plan. Unless they did a tap land as well, a shock land. So basically, if they've lost life, so in for 1 turn, you're hitting for 18 damage on turn 3. Which again, it's Dreadhorde Arcanist, you cast Colossus, go to combat, recast Colossus, and you play the final card, which is Bud, which is 1 red, as an additional cost to cast the spell, sacrifice a creature. Bud deals damage equal to sacrifice creature's power to any target. So you go in combat for 9 damage. After combat, you sacrifice him with Bud, you do 9 damage to a face, and if they have no blockers, then you've done 20 damage on turn 3. So it's a really good card, or it's a really good win, sorry. It's a good combo, and I think that Chandra could possibly have a place in this deck, maybe like 2 or 3 places, purely because you can recast a card from your graveyard. So if you go for, let's say for example, turn 4, you get a Colossus, you cast a Colossus, and then you play another card, like a Titanic Growth. You can then, with Chandra -2, put a Titanic Growth on Dreadhorde Arcanist, and then go to combat and get a Colossus on Dreadhorde Arcanist, making it massive, giving it +4/+8, like +16 damage. And if it was on turn 5, you play the Titanic Growth and Colossus, you get 16 damage, and then you can go to combat to do 16 damage. They can block it. It has Trample, so if it's late in the game, you can just Bud it after. It's a really good combo, and I think Chandra could have a place in that deck. I might be wrong. So if there can be a slot open for it when it comes out, possibly. I'm thinking if I do get it, I would be running. I would take out the Wizard's Lightning and Skewer Critics, because people run 2 Skewers, 2 Wizard Lightning, and some people run like 4 Wizard Lightning instead of 2/2 split. So if I get it, I'm going to be testing it, and I seriously think that's a good card. Maybe not running 4. We could run 4 if you want. But if you don't run 4, you could run like 3. But again, Chandra Acolyte, putting a lore counter at each red planeswalker you control, that's so good with Chandra Fire Artisan. Like, you can speed it up quite a bit. Like, let's say we get it out turn 3. We cast an instance from our graveyard or something. Then turn 4, we play a Chandra. Plus, put a loyalty counter on Chandra, so she comes out in 4. We use her ability to get up to 5, and then we use the ability on Acolyte of Flame, and it becomes a 6 loyalty. Like, that's pretty good on 1 turn. We've given her 2 counters. And if Acolyte of Flame is still alive next turn, we can just +0 her to put a loyalty counter on each red planeswalker, and then Chandra Fire Artisan is on 7. And that's turn 5. Turn 5, we can get an ult on Chandra Fire Artisan and do 7 damage to the face and exile the top 7 cards and play any of them as long as we have the mana. That's so good. Like, I really see this card being in mono red aggro in the future. I really do. I'm going to quickly just concede because I lost. So yeah, I think this card's got such good potential. I don't know what anyone's talking about these. I normally watch some like spoiler videos and see what people are thinking, and what they have to say about the cards. But I've decided not to do that this time, and just kind of, I might watch some videos after I've done these sort of videos, but I really wanted just to get my opinion straight out there without it being like corrupted by someone else. Because usually a lot of time when these spoilers come out, a lot of people say, "Oh, bad card," but I think Acolyte of Flame could be such a good card in this current mono red deck. Like I said, take out maybe because I run a risk factor. I only run one in the side in main board, just so I can play it and I can play it in the future if I need to. I could take out one of those. I've got 4 Wizard Lightning in this deck, I think. So I could take out 3 Wizard Lightning and put in 2 Chandras, or sorry, 3 Chandras. Like, it's just such a good card, and I think there's cards that we could definitely forfeit, considering we can then cast instant source spells from our graveyard, which we wouldn't be able to do anything with. They'll just sit there doing nothing. So I think that's a really good card, and I think that's, like I said, like the 5th time, I think this is going to be such a good card in Standard. And the final card I'm talking about is Chandra, Awaken Inferno. In case you didn't know, Chandra is my favourite Planeswalker, so I am so hyped. First 3 spoilers of Chandra. Yeah. Next one is Chandra, Awaken Inferno. She costs 6 mana, 2 red, 4 on non-coloured mana. Okay. She's legendary Planeswalker, she's mythic rare. She enters the battlefield with 6 loyalty counters on. Let me quickly check. Yep, we are still recording. Right, yeah. I want to make sure. Each opponent, this spell can't be countered, so that's already good against control decks, first of all. But again, it is 6 mana, which is the issue. 6 mana is quite a bit of a pain, to say the least. Especially in like a mono red deck, or I say mono red in an aggro red deck like this is, or yeah, mono red deck. Maybe in a deck like this guy's playing, this could be good. Or again, Sarkhan's Dragon, you could play like 2 of these. But I don't think it would fit very well for some of these decks, like the mono red. So it can't be countered. +2 abilities. Each opponent gets an emblem with, at the beginning of your upkeep, this emblem deals 1 damage to you. Which, if you ask me, that's pretty good. That's pretty decent. Playing against control, when you get this out turn 6, you can't counter it. And you can't do anything before you can do an ability on it. So, that's pretty good. So, for example, if I played it now, I could +2. And you can't, this person, if he had even 20 mana, he can't do anything because he doesn't have priority to play anything. The only time he has priority is when I'm casting it. But he can't play a destroy card because he doesn't have priority. Or yeah, he doesn't have priority because he can't do anything. If he does play a destroy card, then he won't target anything because Chandra's not in the battlefield already. So when it comes out, he can't do anything because he doesn't have priority, which is what he doesn't have priority, right? So you get to do the +2 whenever you want. Well, as soon as it comes out, +2, and he can then go destroy target Planeswalker, but you've already done that +2, so there's an emblem that does 1 damage to him at the beginning of his upkeep or her upkeep every turn. So if you play against control, who drags games out for a long time, there is no way you can destroy emblems. I don't know if there's ever been a card that you can destroy emblems with, or if they'll add one into this set. Possibly, possibly not. But if you can keep this out for 2 turns for a second turn. You can +2 it again and get another emblem, so you're doing 2 damage a turn. That's so good. It has potential, again, to be a pretty good card. Against, I guess, certain decks, and in the right deck it's going to be decent, but yeah, so I'm a bit mixed on this. I think it could be good, but I also think it could be kind of a bit bad. But again, if you get this out on turn 6 or turn 7, whenever, you're guaranteed to get an emblem out. There's no way you can't. Like, again, you can sacrifice it or kill it after you've done the ability, but not before. Yeah, it's pretty good if you're playing a long game and you've got no way to kill them fast. Like again, control. Playing against control and they're making you constantly lose a card. Or if you're playing a Teferi deck, I guess. Or a Nexus of Fate deck, then you can put this in get it out, turn 6, plus to it, put a 1, and then if they want to go infinite, they have to kill themselves. Because they're going to be constantly having an upkeep because they take an extra turn. So I guess this could be a pretty good sideboard card, possibly, against like Nexus of Fate decks and control decks that do like to go infinite, or again just decks that take a long time to take down. But there's quite a few cards now in like blue and black, which is like the deal 4 damage and mass 4, gain 4 life. That's kind of a devastating card for. It's just it's just good. It finishes games out faster because they've got your board state down low. I've accepted that I've lost, but I'm going to keep going. Either way, so we'll move on to the next one because I've been talking about that quite a bit now. -3, Chandra Awakened Inferno deals 3 damage to each non-elemental creature. So already, all 3 of these Chandra Planeswalkers have elemental creature bonuses or abilities. So again, there could be elemental decks coming out in the new set, or maybe not elemental decks, but a lot of elemental cards which could be made into elemental decks. Which again, is a possibility. We just have to wait. I don't know when the next spoilers will get out. Maybe later on today. And when I say today, I mean yeah. But yeah, it's I guess it's kind of good. Like you can create a 6-mana and deal 3 damage to each creature. Like that's gonna deal with pretty much all of a mono red deck if they've got quite well. The only card it won't deal with in mono reds is Runaway Steamkin if it has 3 counters on. So I guess it could be a pretty decent sideboard against mono red. But again, it's a tricky card, I think, in my opinion. Obviously, some more professional people might go, yeah, this is a really good card, blah 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 blah, which I will probably find out at some point, or it could be really bad. But the way that I see it is there's some good aspects, but it's also a slow aspect that can come in. Now we're going to move on to the final ability, which is Chandra Awakened Inferno deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker. If a permanent dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile it instead. So, pretty good, I guess. It's 6 loyalty, so the max you can do is 6 damage on turn when it comes out. Although since it is 6, you could kill like Fire Dawnbringer with this, and it would exile it. You can do a Rekindling Phoenix for -3. So yeah, you could do quite a lot with that ability. It would stop obviously stuff generating, which is kind of the main part you want to be doing. So I think this card, again, this card could have a lot of. It could be a really good card. Like I said, I have kind of mixed feelings about it. I like it, but I don't like it because it feels kind of slow. It is slow, but against the right deck, this card could just be really good. So we'll see in the future. But like I said, Chandra Acolyte, which if I remember to put it in the video at this point, because I've been blabbering on for quite a bit now, so I might not have. I probably would have, but she's on the screen. I think she's an amazing card. I think she would I think she could just replace like 4 Wizards Lightning, which I will show my deck list right now on the screen. But yeah, get rid of like 3 or 4 Wizards Lightning, like 2 Wizards Lightning and a Risk Factor, and you're pretty sorted, to be honest. Like that's just a pretty good. It's just good. Like I think it's a really good card. When it comes out, depending on how much it is and how many I get in real life, I'll be putting it into my deck. But I think it's a good card, and when it comes out on Arena, I will definitely be trying to get it in my deck as well. So I'm going to leave the video there, or at least I'm going to stop talking about that. Okay, I'm back. I cut the end off because I was rambling on for and I recorded it again just to realise that after pressing the finish record button, my mic was on mute. So I also feel like I kind of rambled on a bit there, so I'm going to do it again because I have to. So I talked about the two channels, the character cards and games, the Bunch of Rankers channel. I didn't feel like this was the place or time for it, so I took it out. That might be in a future video if anyone's interested. But anyway, main point is thanks for watching. If you've got this far and you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like. If you want, please feel free to subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'm sure everyone else would. If you are watching on Character Cards and Gaming, then be sure to check in the description. There'll be a link to my personal YouTube, my Twitch, the Bunch of Rankers YouTube channel, Bunch of Rankers Instagram, Character Card, and basically just a bunch of different social medias and other channels that are affiliated with the channel you're watching on. If you want more content like this, then please let me know in the comments. Want more like gaming videos, like ranked videos or additional ranked videos, let me know. I'll be happy to do them because I love playing Magic and I play it a lot anyway, so recording it would just be cool. Want to see videos against like me playing against some of my friends, then we can. We'll try and sort something out. If you like the video, like it. If you disliked it, then please dislike it. Whether it's a like or a dislike, you help channel out, and if you dislike it and tell us why you disliked it, we can improve our content so you do enjoy it. Well, you don't dislike me, so you do like it. So yeah, thanks for watching. And subscribe, and really appreciate it. And see you in another video. Check the descriptions for channels if you want. If you like D&D, check Character Cards and Gaming. There's like 10 episodes